2,000 kilometers south of the Amazon River. I never saw a pavement road till I was 15 years old. We were horse and buggy people, like Mennonites in the St. Jacobs area. We had moved away from Canada to isolate ourselves from the world, and that happened 100 years ago. I was born and raised with my 5 younger brothers. We had a church. It was packed full all every Sunday morning, woman on one side, man on another side, usually all sitting like this. One day, we were told that a foreigner would come to us. Somebody from Canada, a fancy person with nice clothes. We couldn't believe it. Our church was full. The young people were sitting at the back of the church, waiting for this fancy person to come. We had never seen a foreigner. We didn't know how fancy people look like. In our church, we had no music, we had no instruments, it was not allowed. We had no electricity, we had no cars. There was no such a thing. We lived 500 kilometers away from the nearest city. Including my mom and dad, we had never seen nothing more than horse and buggy. When this fancy person walked into that building, we young people were sitting at the back of the church like this. This guy, who came from Canada, he stood behind the pulpit. And I can still see him standing there with a smile. He said to us, young people, God has given you a gift. Use it before you die. God has given you a gift. Use it before you die. I didn't think I had a gift. When I was 20 years old, I said to my mom and dad one day, I said, Mom and Dad, I'm 20 years old. Would you let me move to the big city far away to study music? My mom and dad said, absolutely no way. We have moved here for a reason, our great-grandparents. Long story short, I left the jungle for the big city in 1980. I studied for 5.5 years at the Paraguay Music Academy at the University of Music and graduated as a music teacher in 1986. And that's when I moved to Canada and started a full-time ministry with a heart. Through the grace of God, we have been in more than 50 countries and have done over 5,000 concerts. And we do them in 4 languages. We do them in Plattsburgh, German, Spanish, and in English. I can't do it in Romanian. I've been in Russia too, and I've been in those eastern countries. Нет понимания по-русски. Хорошо, правда, вареники по-армянски. You know that, right? Yeah. Oh, wow, you feel so good. So here I am with my sweetheart. My wife Christine is born in London, Ontario, Canada, eh? She's a real Canadian. She's a real Canadian. When I started off in 1992 together, we live in Stratford, by the way. From there we traveled all over the world. We have 2 children. And I will never forget our first concert, Christmas concert we did together. She had written all the Christmas carols on the paper. She practiced with her new husband how to pronounce it. That evening I had a whole list in front of me and I said, brothers and sisters, our next Christmas song is Away with the Manager. And the people all smiled. My wife just about fell off the piano bench. So thank you so much for having me. And my wife. So in 1990, I became a born-again Christian and serving Him with a smile all over the globe, standing in front of people like you. From big concerts to small, it's the same Jesus. Him the honor and glory. One song, because He lives, and that's it.